Ubisoft is now ready to put the final nail into their coffin because it seems like Assassin's Creed games is completely getting destroyed. Now, there are some latest informations that we have received from Ubisoft, which is not going to be very happy for fans who've been looking for some of the old school style video games, because it seems like Ubisoft is no longer going to make games as they used to. In my personal opinion, I honestly don't like where Ubisoft is taking Assassin's Creed Valhalla or even any of the upcoming Assassin's Creed games, because the vision of this entire thing is now completely stripped off from its originality, and Assassin's Creed games are no longer Assassin's Creed games now. And one of the major reasons, and the entire Assassin's Creed old school fans are very disappointed regarding this issue, is number one, basically about the upcoming DLC expansion that Ubisoft is releasing for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, first of all, I've got to say though, the upcoming DLC expansion, Dawn of Ragnarok for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, is not something that fans have been expecting to see with a game like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because Ubisoft has promised its fans that Valhalla is going to be different from what they've done with Odyssey, because not everyone did end up enjoying Odyssey for one of the biggest reasons, which is of course the game is not Assassin's Creed anymore. And Darby McDevitt, who is the writer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, has also promised that this time around things are going to be completely different. They're going to keep Valhalla as much grounded as possible. The game is going to be more realistic, and they're not going to make Assassin's Creed games look like Assassin's Creed games. But it seems like a year after the launch of the game, Ubisoft has completely changed its plans, and since now Ubisoft is making a ton of money selling some of these mythical creatures or whatever mounts that is in the game, and there are so many unrealistic magical weapons and outfits and so much cosmetic items in the game that literally makes you question if this is Assassin's Creed games anymore. And the only reason why Ubisoft is doing this is because they are making so much more revenue from selling these items to its players. Now, of course, Assassin's Creed's upcoming DLC expansion, the Dawn of Ragnarok, is going to be no different at all. It seems like one of the biggest reasons as to why Ubisoft is taking Assassin's Creed games into this whole new mythical world of gods and monsters and stuff like that is, one, they want to be selling some really goofy mythical items in the cosmetic store, because when it comes to mythical items, those are the things that players seem to be buying these days. They want to spend their money in order to get some of these magical and mythical shiny looking armors, and comparing that with some of the armors that look realistic, it seems like players are not really as much interested in spending more money on armors that look realistic. But the sales charts basically shows that when they release these cosmetic items which actually have some shiny armors, unrealistic magical stuff, then these kind of items tend to sell a lot more than the regular ones. So obviously Ubisoft is left with no option other than choosing the one that actually makes them a lot more money than going with the regular stuff for what Assassin's Creed used to be. Is that none of the thing that I actually saw in the trailer represents what Assassin's Creed games are. Now, even though this has some of the Norse mythology and stuff like that, but still it is an Assassin's Creed game. If I wanted to play a Norse mythological game, I would rather go ahead and play any other game instead of ruining what the Assassin's Creed experience basically means. Now, myself being a very huge Assassin's Creed fan, I've dedicated this entire channel for this whole game, and the reason why I'm making this rant video is because I want to see this game become better. I want to see the old school Assassin's Creed return back, and I want Assassin's Creed games to be an Assassin's Creed game. And it seems like that is not going to be the case anymore. And the final nail that Ubisoft has added into their coffin is by introducing the all-new Ubisoft Quartz, which is basically nothing but selling NFT cosmetic items to their fan base. Now, for those of you guys who are not familiar with NFTs, these things are basically cosmetic items that you can own outside of real world, which is pretty much like owning a Fortnite skin or any other skin in general video games terms. And NFTs basically means that you have an official licensing of this entire skin, which means that you're going to be the only person in the world that will get to own this particular skin. So let me know down below in the comments, what do you guys think in the upcoming DLC Dawn of Ragnarok? What are your opinions? Are you guys going to be spending $40 in order to play this 40 hours expansion? Are you guys one of those who actually enjoys the mythical stuff and some non-realistic stuff into Assassin's Creed games? Or are you guys one of those who actually enjoy the old school Assassin's Creed games like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 3, and also Assassin's Creed Unity, which has one of the best parkour and environment and entirely a massive open world that actually looked realistic? Which team are you guys in? Do you support mythical stuff, or do you guys support the original, or do you guys support what original Assassin's Creed games represented? What kind of game would you guys like to see on their upcoming Assassin's Creed title? Let me know down below in the comments, because your opinions does matter a lot, because chances are that some of the people from Ubisoft are definitely going to be watching this video, and if they do end up watching this video, this also means that they would go through some of the comments and see what people exactly want with their upcoming Assassin's Creed title. So your opinions in the comments does really matter a lot, so that Ubisoft gets to decide what players want and what they don't. So just take a few seconds of time and leave your comments down below with your honest opinions on what you guys personally think about this whole situation here. And like you guys already know, I love to keep all of my videos as short as possible without really having to drag them out all the way to 10 minutes long. That doesn't really waste a lot of your time. Is something that you guys prefer, then make sure to go ahead and subscribe to this channel and turn the notifications on. And the most important step of all, make sure that you guys are setting your notification settings to all, because if you don't do that, then the broadcast YouTube platform, they just don't send you guys the notifications of my daily videos. So make sure you guys do it, because I keep you guys updated with all the latest information that you need about Assassin's Creed, open world titles, and all the upcoming games right here on this channel. And if you think that Ubisoft actually needs a change at this point, then drop a big fat like on this video and show your support to this content so that Ubisoft gets to know what the mistakes are. So please just go ahead, take a few seconds of your time, show your support. With that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.